You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories of the sun has come down. Like a river rising way up above. This ain't no sugar. I'll stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me. Stuck in my head when lights go off. You're everything that I could ever want. Your touch so soft. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories, now the sun has come down. Like a river rising way up above. This ain't no sugar.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you. So dangerous, I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. Build things up to knock 'em down. It's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane. There will come a time for when we can wash away your sins, settle down, but until then, we're like a hurricane. You're so different, kind of ignorant. You don't care what people say, people say, people say. I'm going crazy for you, baby. Don't know how you're making me feel this way. What can I say? That's what I like about you. So dangerous.
up, guys? Shawn here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Shawn, and I will be your host. It is a wonderful week, and I'll tell you why it's a wonderful week. Because I took tomorrow off work, and Thursday and Friday, I have off work already. Why is that so cool? Because it's Thanksgiving week. And for us fat guys, Thanksgiving is awesome. You get to eat a whole bunch of stuff, and then you take a nap, and then you might catch a football game. But here in America, we have a thing called Thanksgiving. And it started out whenever the Pilgrims and the Indians had their first meal together. But it's turned into families getting together and cooking specific dishes, eating them. So, super excited. What's up, Midwest Drones? Chevy cars in the house. Yeah. Tonight is going to be super casual. I'm not really planning on doing or talking about much, but I wanted to go through and talk about just why I'm so thankful for YouTube. I've had a blast making videos for you guys, learning new things on the fly, playing around with technology, flying drones, testing out technology. It's fun. It's something that I really enjoy doing. I didn't know that I would be this far along when I started. I had no idea how YouTube was going to go. So tonight I am going to give thanks in the tradition of Thanksgiving for you guys, for my subscribers, for the people that come and hang out with me on my live chats, the people that comment, the people that give me ideas, the people that keep me straight. Sometimes I don't know everything. I'm 43, so I've been around a while, so there are a lot of things that don't get past me. But yeah, I still make mistakes all the time. I really make mistakes when it comes to specifics. I'm really good at ideas, methodologies. I'm a creative person. But, when it comes down to, why is this 25 frames per second, not 24? I don't understand. Little things like that. I get those mixed up. And usually people call me out on them. But it's cool because I am happy. I am joyful, and I do this because I have a good time. Nacho, what's up, buddy? You look cold. I saw your recent pictures, and I saw snow all over the ground, and I saw you in scrubs in the snow. That's got to be cold. My high beams would be higher. I still haven't put your videos up that I made with you. I haven't had much time to do anything. I've been trying to do the Mavic Mini videos because they're pretty simple. But Brett Newman's in the house. What's up? Happy Thanksgiving week. I bought the Thanksgiving ham tonight. We're gonna double smoke a ham with some brown sugar glaze and some pineapple juice, so can't wait to eat that. I still gotta buy some hickory chips and stuff like that, but it's gonna be a good time. Nacho said he's better behind the camera. Blobbity blobbity blah. Nacho, I think you're a great person, and you are fine. There are a lot of people on this YouTube channel that enjoy having you around. You're good enough, you're smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. So, you might be wondering why this is here. This is the Xiaomi Mi Sphere. And the unboxing of this camera was my first video on YouTube. So I thought it would be fun to watch that video on here. Oh my goodness. Challenge Duncan's here. What's up, Challenge? Duquesne. Welcome to the chat. I've taken your comment off, but yeah, you're welcome to hang out as long as you don't shamelessly promote your channel. I don't mind if people go follow you, but please don't spam my live stream. Nacho says it's 25 degrees where you're at. So you're in Colorado, but what is it? Yukon? Kuma? I forgot where exactly in Colorado you are. And if you're in Colorado, do you know how close you are to Artco Drones? Because he's in Colorado. That might be a fun little adventure to hang out. Yuma. Mima or Yuma? Yuma, Colorado. It looks really cold there. Is it up on the mountain, or is all of Colorado on a mountain, or is it just Denver? I don't know. I know, like, when I was in Denver, it was like the Mile High City, so it was pretty high up. But I don't know where Yuma is compared to Denver. All right, Challenge. I'm going to leave that up there, and you're welcome. But I don't know that I've commented on your channel. But, yeah. Tell me something normal from now on, okay? Or else we're going to block you. And I hate doing that. I don't like to be that person. Brent Newman. One of my thanks for Thanksgiving is I successfully replaced an arm and motor on your Mavic 2. You replaced it? Did you have to do any soldering or like unsoldering? Or was it all like screws and stuff? That's pretty impressive. I'm afraid to take apart drones and put it back. I mean, I've done that kind of stuff in the past. Not on drones, but I've taken... some of you guys don't know this, but I was a industrial arts major in college. I started out as a music major, but I couldn't read music because we don't read music in Nashville. We just do everything by ear here. So I didn't make it through the music major in college because of that. And I'm dyslexic, so the notes would kind of bounce around sometimes. So that confused me. But I ended up graduating with an industrial arts degree. And in that degree, we did, power mechanics, we did electronics, we did, pretty much anything you would do in a factory. We dabbled in a lot of those things. So I've done that before. 6 wires to unsolder and resolder. Nice. That's awesome, man. Did you get where did you get the parts? Did you order another arm, or did you buy someone else's broken drone and pull pieces off of it? That's what I'm thinking about doing for one of my drones. Anton, what's up? That a Typhoon H Plus in the background? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I need to put it back in the box because it's been sitting there for a couple weeks and it's starting to get dust on it, and I don't want to get dust on the lens. And but yes, it is. If I sit like this, I have a unique Typhoon H crown. Brent Nunley is in the house. What's up? Hey, Brent Nunley. Do you have any ham smoking recipes? I know you're a master on the grill. I didn't know if you knew of a good way to smoke a ham. I'm going to smoke a ham for Thanksgiving. And my plan is right now, I got a ham from Publix. It's a spiral cut, already fully cooked ham. So I can't really get us sick because it's already fully cooked. And then I'm going to put pineapple juice all over it, and then the little cherries with pineapples all over it. and then put a whole bunch of pineapple juice in the tray, and then I'm going to smoke it that way. And then it came with a brown sugar glaze that I'm going to put on top of it. And I'm going to smoke it for Thanksgiving. And it's, from what I read, it should take about 3 hours to get up to temperature. So, but if Nunley has a good recipe, I might take him up on whatever he's going to cook. Because Brent Nunley says use applewood. That's a good idea. Okay. I was going to use hickory, but applewood? I haven't bought the wood chips yet, so applewood sounds good. Does applewood have like an apple taste, or does it have a sweet taste to it? Steven Drones. Yep. Everybody's looking at my H Plus tonight. What's up with that? That's pretty cool. Most people don't even notice. Claude saw it last week. Brett Newman says the arm and motor was $30 on eBay. I got parts out drones. He said it was new. Looked new to me. Okay, so Brent Nunley says applewood is a sweet. The smoke from it gives a sweetness to the meat. That's what I want. I want some sweetness, but we've got a lot of diabetes coming to Thanksgiving. So I don't want to make it too sweet. I don't want to give anybody head rushes or headaches or anything like that. So the plan is to just really keep it moist, because you can really dry out meat in the smoker. And I don't want to dry out the ham. I don't want dry, chewy ham. I want sweet, easy to bite into ham. Anton said, hi, I'm from the Bahamas. I'm looking to buy a next drone, no DJI. What do you think about the H Plus or the Autel Evo? I don't have any experience with the Autel Evo. And it's hard to speak about the Autel Evo without actually flying it. So I watch other people's reviews, but I'm not really big on taking other people's opinions and making them my own. I like to find things out on my own. So if you're looking for my advice, I've flown the... first of all, Anton, what's your budget? Because there's... the drones that I have range anywhere from $400 to $2,400. So let me know what your budget is and what you want to do with your drone, and then I'll give you a better recommendation. I think the Paradinafi is great, but if you're in the Bahamas and there's lots of wind, I wouldn't fly the Paradinafi. Won't do very good. If there's lots of winds, you might need something bigger like a Phantom or a Typhoon from Unique. If you don't want DJI, then I would definitely either get the Unique Typhoon H or the H Plus. The H shoots 4K video. The H pretty much does everything that the H Plus does, but the H Plus can go twice as fast. It's kind of a better build quality, and it has a 1-inch sensor on it. So if you want to take... your budget's $2,000. I do still photography. Gosh, for $2,000 you can get... There are a lot of drones out there. If you don't want to fly DJI, then I would recommend the Unique Typhoon H Plus. If you can find it for $2,000, then that's what I would do. Autel supposedly filed a new drone with the FCC. Yeah, I saw Original Dobo's video today about a Autel Evo 2. I don't like to get into all the rumors, because I don't want to put anything on my channel that's fake or not true. So I try to stay away from speculations. But if Autel put out, like a news brief or something like that, that's legit. or like I did the Leica camera on the Unique Typhoon. Oh, if you're into photography, you might want to get the new Unique Typhoon H. I don't even remember what it is. Let's go look that up. See, I don't want to miss anything. Nacho Rolling says moist. Awesome. Brett Newman. Hello, cool name, Nunley. Brett Nunley says yes, low and slow. Okay. Yep. Alright, so we're all caught up. So let's take a look at let's go there real quick. Oh, what am I doing? When I got a computer over there and I got a computer over here, and I'm getting all mixed up. Ooh. Best Buy has the Unique Typhoon H Plus for $1,899. So that's right at $2,000. That's that drone back there. It's a great drone. The video quality and the photography out of that 1-inch sensor is really good in low light. There's not as much noise as some of the smaller, like like the DJI Mavic Pro has a smaller sensor on it, so it doesn't do as good in low light. The 1-inch sensor on the Unique Typhoon H Plus is awesome. Plus, you can put the landing gear up, and the camera hangs down underneath it, and that camera can point in any direction. So you can stay up in the air longer if you just hover than if you're flying around. And most of the drones where the camera is stuck on the front of the drone, the whole drone has to move to point the camera where it needs to go. So that takes battery power away from the drone, so you don't have as long of flight time. But if you have a drone like the DJI Mavic Mini that I'm playing around with now, it has a 30-minute flight time, so it can point, even though you're pointing the drone in different directions, it can stay up in the air longer just because it's lighter. But let's see. Alright, it's the Typhoon H3 is what it's called. So we're going to switch over to there. Oh, and just so you know, this drone right here, the H520, is the same drone as the Unique Typhoon H Plus. So, daggone it. And go. Nailed it. So this is the Typhoon H Plus. I don't know if it's available yet. But it's co-engineered with Leica. It's pretty much the same drone that I have in the background, the Unique Typhoon H Plus. The only difference that I can see is the fact that the camera is different. So it has a Leica camera on the bottom, but for photos, it's ridiculous. Look at that photo. That's gorgeous. Now, I haven't done much photography with mine, but it's a beautiful little camera. But it's got like cruise control. This camera can go 360 degrees around at the same time. It's got DNG, DNG RAW. Oh, here we go. So it's got a 1-inch, 20 megapixel CMOS sensor with 4K 60 frames per second. Again, the camera is by Leica, co-engineered with Leica. 10-bit Y-Log mode. So Anton, you can change the camera out on the H Plus, but there's no other cameras available. If this Leica camera ever comes available, I am definitely buying this camera and putting it on my H Plus. But I've switched cameras on my other Unique drones, like my Typhoon H and my Q500. You can swap those cameras out, and they work just fine. And the Unique Typhoon H even has the old power adapter for the older cameras, so that works out great. It's got wide dynamic range, auto exposure bracketing, so you can actually take some HDR photos from the drone. It's got a JPEG based hyperlapse, which is pretty awesome, and lossless digital zoom. So being able to zoom in from a drone is actually pretty cool. And then look at this. This is a hyperlapse based on JPEGs. Very cool. So, I mean, if $2,000 is your budget, I would either get this one or the one that I have back there. I don't know that this is available yet, though. Anybody know when this is coming out? It does not say, but like 4K, 60 frames per second, and up to 100 megabits per second. That's a very nice spec. 1-inch CMOS sensor. This is kind of like a Panasonic GH5. I might have completely got that wrong. But 1-inch CMOS sensor is very good on a drone. It's got sharpening, denoising, and it's got panoramic shots and professional histograms. So that's pretty cool. And then I feel like the specs were pretty much the same on the H Plus. But we can look at the H Plus. The H Plus is actually what I have now, so I know it's available. So that's my drone, and I love it. It's awesome. And this is pretty much has the same marketing material. As you can see, it's the exact same drone. It just has a different camera on the bottom of it. But this camera can spin around 360 degrees, 20 megapixels, 4K, let's see, 100 megabits per second, 60 frames per second, so that's exactly the same as the other spec. So yeah, but it's got a Leica camera on it, so there's got to be something different about the camera. But it'll have the same controllers. It'll fly the same. Orbit me mode, point of interest, journey mode, follow me, watch me, curve cable cam, return to home. It'll have all that good Unique Typhoon H drone goodness in it. It'll just have a different camera. And this is the one that's $18.99 right now at Best Buy that we saw. So, I wish this chart was out when I did my video on what's the difference between the H and the H Plus, because there were a lot of people that just said, "Oh, Pac-Man has a bow," and we turned it into Miss Pac-Man, and I was like, "That's not all." So, yep. Anyway, we're not going to go into that right now. I would suggest the H or the H Plus. Unique Typhoon H, you could get the regular H, and then get a second controller, and you could have one person fly the drone while the other person takes photos with it. So you can do that on the H Plus too, but with your $2,000 budget, you probably wouldn't be able to afford both of those things. So yeah. So I think what we're going to do now... Bless me. Goodness. What we're going to do now is we are going to look at Shawn Ide Studios. First of all, I want to give thanks to everybody that is subscribed to this channel. There are 4,690 subscribers on my channel right now. I think it's like 688, like 4,688 was the last time I looked at it. But I'm so thankful that that many people want to watch a video that I made. I'm so blessed to have you guys. And I wanted to go back and look at some of the videos that I've made and talk about kind of how we got here. So, I told you guys that the unboxing of the Xiaomi Mi Sphere was my first video. So, let's check it out, guys. Oh, we're going to have an ad. So can I get copyrighted if an ad shows up on my video? I don't know. We'll see. So this is old school Shawn Ide Studios. This is the very first video I ever made. Riveting. I can't hear it, so let me turn it up for me. Oh, nope. I can't turn it up for myself. So, my first video, we've got like 30 seconds of me just looking at the bag. I can't hear what I'm saying. And I think I'm going to mute it so I can talk over it. So back in the day, guys, I was trying to do this really, really cool, like, artsy color balance. And this was actually a white piece of poster board on my dining room table. And I spent the whole time unboxing it and just showing you what was in the box. And then I had a comment on my video asking me, you know, telling me that they need to see what my face looks like because they had no idea what I looked like. So that's pretty funny. So this was July 3rd, 2017. So we're about to hit 2020, guys. So this was 2.5 years ago. This is all I did. I am unboxing the Xiaomi Mi Sphere 360 camera. Here's where to get it. And then I used music from, doesn't even say, No Copyright Sounds, I believe it was. I used to use all my music from them. So it's pretty funny, guys. I still have pretty much have the same intro. I used to, on my outro, I used to say thanks for watching. That's funny. And then I did a couple unboxings. My second video was me putting that 360 camera on a drone. So even back then, guys, my mission in life was to make a 360-degree drone work. There's my intro. I wonder why everything's so slow. Must be doing too much. But I just think it's so funny. So there's my old DJI Mavic Pro. That was the drone that I purchased when I got a new job. And I love that drone. I spent a lot of time on that drone. And I wish I had never sold that drone. But I sold that drone so I could get the DJI Mavic Air. So then I started going down the path of, I got the Garmin Verb 360, and I started going down the path of, I used my Sphere to unbox the Gear 360, and I thought it would be cool to do the entire video in Planet style. And the live feed might go down. And I used Sugar Effects back then. That was before Final Cut Pro had Tiny Planet abilities. And I'm surprised that I left the watermark on there. So the watermark disappeared. So I guess I left the watermark on one of my clips. But I did this entire unboxing in a Tiny Planet, and I remember getting some pretty funny comments on this video. Let's see. Let's go through some of the 0 comments. That's weird. Maybe it was the other one. Let's see what the comments are on this video. 0 comments. And only 163 views. Now I get 163 views in like the first day. This video has been on here for 2.5 years and hasn't gone past 160 some views. And you know there's people out there using the Garmin Verb 360 and watching videos on it. So I think it's just pretty funny. Had Gavin on there. Man. I still do unboxing and first impressions. Let's see if my unboxings got better. I can't remember when my unboxings got better. Here's me showing the instructions. That's so funny. Horrible lighting, guys. I am really, really lit from one side and then dimly lit on the other side. There's crazy shadows because I'm right next to the wall. But I still think I knew what I was doing back then. I just didn't, you know, I've definitely learned a lot since then. Yeah, it's been a ride, guys. It's been such a ride, and I'm so grateful that I can still do it. I still can afford to make videos. Yeah. This is when I went to hang out with Ken Heron. Oh, we got an ad. Making money. I don't know. Do you guys know if I make money on when I watch an ad on my own video? I was always curious about that. I'm burning up, guys. Well, goodness. I can't get past this ad. Alright, we're not going to watch an ad. Switch over. Back to me, guys. That was a fun little trip down memory lane, but I'm very thankful for everything that I've done on this channel. I've met people. I've traveled to meet people. Met Nacho last week. You know, I hang out with Brent Nunley and Brent Newman every week, and Mario Monti comes on here. Oh, that's something we could look at. Let's check that out. I'm not sure what YouTube is doing here, but let's switch back over here. All right, so those are my videos, but how can I show you guys my live streams? Maybe my live streams will show up here. I want to see the first time oh, there they are, going live, going live, going live. You guys want to see my first live stream? It was bad. Where's my first live stream? Right here. This is February 4th, 2018. So it's almost 2 years ago was my first live stream. Had a pretty good chat going. Man, it's going really, really slow. But like, I didn't even try to make the background look good. It took 8 minutes for someone else. William Kelly was on my first live stream. Man. So it looks like I only had 2 people, and I barely cleared the chat. And it looks like I just chatted with 2 people that whole live chat. But I got 2 likes on that live chat, so there you go. Let's see where they... And I used to only do them for a half hour. What's up, Claude? How are you doing? I was talking about you earlier. So this is... You know, my live stream started to get a little bit better. I started playing with OBS. Let's see, when was the date on this? So this is February 11th, 2018. That's a pretty good looking live stream. I don't know what camera I'm using. Claude, I think you're really going to like the Mini. The Mini is a blast. I think the Mavic Air is a better drone, but the Mini is definitely cool. Let's see who showed up. I'm trying to... So Leslie Flores. Ron Hernandez. Wow, I haven't seen that name in a while. It's fun to go back and see the type of people, you know, the people that used to hang out. Yeah, see, in this chat, I just talked to Ron Hernandez the whole time. It's like we had our private room, just me and him talking to him. So, Claude, you got the Fly More package? I really like the Fly More package. That's what I got, too. You'll have 90 minutes worth of flight time. That's pretty awesome. All right. So let's see. This one had 94 views. Let's see what this is about. Ooh, hey. Woo! I had a countdown on my video. Nice. So this was before I really promoted things, and so I would just sit there in the chat and kind of talk to myself for a while. It was sad. But this just goes to show how far we've come, guys. I had the background, which is actually right behind you guys right now. But it was see-through, so I had a window back there. So Dave and the Bandit was there. I know Mario showed up fairly early in my days of YouTube, but I don't see him on there. I was hoping to find him. But anyway, that's a fun little trip down memory lane on my YouTube channel. Again, guys, it's been great hanging out with you guys on this channel, learning how to, I basically learned how to fly a drone on this channel. And now I've become more of an expert. I'm not like the most knowledgeable person on drones, but I spent a lot of time using them on this channel, teaching you guys how to use 360-degree cameras, and it's just been a really good time, guys. But yeah, so we've got 6 people in the chat. We had 9 for a while. So Claude is wondering where the Fly app is. I can show you what it looks like. So it's called DJI Fly, and I have no way of getting closer to that right now. I took my above camera. Oh, Claude, you have an Android phone? I can't help you there, buddy. Sorry, I got distracted. They don't have a Fly app on the Android phone? I think it's funny whenever they come out with new apps. I mean, I get it. I completely understand it, but they launched a new drone and they got a whole new app for it, and all of a sudden we're starting over from scratch. So the problems that they had with the DJI Mavic Pro 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, they're going to have all those bugs they fixed are going to jump back in because they're building a whole new application. So that's going to be a struggle. What did you guys think about my video that I posted this morning with the quick shotting a building? That was a fun little experiment. My heart about jumped out of my chest when it started beelining towards the roof of the building. But luckily, it came out all right. What's up, Chevy? Claude, you should go back. You should go watch that. Actually, you should watch the first quick shot video that I made. It had a lot of good responses. Some people said that they hadn't seen anybody do a quick shot of anything besides themselves. So that was pretty cool. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to make those videos now that I made one. And they're going to get all the watch minutes. Everyday Dad's going to throw the video up, and then he's going to get hundreds of thousands of views. But this is me giving thanks for my success. I'm getting kind of tired. My eyes have been infected all week. So they've just tonight, the swelling has gone down a lot. But yeah, so Nacho said last week that he had a really good, was it an apple cinnamon oatmeal stuffing? Is that what it was, Nacho? That sounded wonderful. And so, what about you guys? Is there any meal or any dish that you guys eat that's your favorite on Thanksgiving? Nacho said that his stuffing, everybody goes crazy over it. I usually make sausage balls. So I'm thinking about making sausage balls this year. But I've got to go out and get the ingredients, and I was in the grocery store today getting the ham, and it was crazy there. Yeah, Nacho, Brent Nunley says that sounds good. I wish Mario was here tonight, because Mario is the cook. Mario is the man when it comes to cooking stuff, and he's always has these amazing recipes. Brent Nunley makes potato yeast rolls. That sounds wonderful. Do you boil the potatoes and then use the water to make the bread? Or does it actually have like mashed potatoes in it or something like that? I know like potato bread generally has like, you take the water from potato, like, I don't know if you squeeze the water out of the potato or you just boil it in water and then it becomes like the stuff you use. Brett Newman said, the first quick shot video was good. I haven't watched the second one. I've been at my folks' house on 56K baud satellite internet. That sucks. That sounds like my apartment. Some of those live streams were done over a pretty slow internet. I think I got like maybe like a 10 megabit upstream or something like that. I mean, there were some nights it was really, really bad. So Brent Nunley says water and a little potato after boiling. Cool. That sounds really, really good. I've never really made homemade bread. I had a bread maker one time that I was given from my parents, and I think I made like 2 or 3 loaves, but it was one of those things where you bought the kit and you mixed milk and butter and some stuff into it, and then you made your bread. But I've never made bread from very scratch. Chevy said, where's my next trip going to be? I have no idea where my next trip is going to be. I don't generally travel for work. I happen to go to a training class on internet accessibility. So that was a class on making a website usable for people with dyslexia or people with low vision. So you don't want to use like small fonts. You don't want to put like light blue text on a blue background because it's the contrast isn't there. So that's why I went to St. Louis a couple weeks ago. But my next trip will probably be camping in the spring, I would think. That sounds fun. So we got Nunley likes to make potato yeast rolls. Nacho makes apple cinnamon oatmeal stuffing. I make sausage balls, and I'm smoking a ham this year. So I've never done that before, but I've smoked other things. What about anybody else? Brent Newman, what do you like to eat on Thanksgiving? What else do we have here? We got Steven Drones. Anton was here. I don't know if he's still here. I want to know what y'all like to eat. I like cheeseburgers, but they don't really go with Thanksgiving. But I am super excited that I don't have to work tomorrow. So I can stay up really, really late. And then I will wake up. I'll sleep in probably, but I don't really sleep in. I am rambling. This has got to be the most boring live stream I've ever done. Chevy says, what do you think about the Microsoft Surface Go? I have owned 4 different Microsoft Surfaces. I really, really like the Microsoft Surface. And I don't even know what number they're on. I think they're on like 7 or 8 now. But I had the original Surface, which didn't even have Windows on it. It had like a Windows, like Home Edition or something. It had like a really, like a mobile version of Windows. I think Gavin has that now. I think my son has that. And then I had the Surface Pro, and then I went to the 3 Pro, and then I went to the 4 Pro. And I looked at them at Best Buy today, so I might be trading this, selling the Samsung tablet and getting a Microsoft Surface. But I love the Surfaces. I think the Surfaces Go are very like the processors are not very fast. They've got like a Intel M processor or something like that, which is kind of like a Snapdragon type processor. So they're not, you can't run VR off of them or anything, but I love the form factor and the fact that you can have Windows on a tablet. The pins, the Microsoft Surface pins are very, very responsive, very good. I did a lot of work on Illustrator on my Surface, the mobile version, and I could draw out logos pretty quick using Illustrator on my Surface. And then I could translate, and then I could pass those files over to my Mac and legitimately use a mouse and coordinates and all that kind of stuff and bust out logos that way. So yeah, I think that's very cool. Brett Newman said pecan pie made with nuts from our trees. So Brett Newman, that the pecan harvest, was that your yard? Was that your pecan tree where the truck was shaking and you took video with your Inspire? I didn't know you had pecans on your land. That sounds wonderful. I grew up, well, I didn't grow up, but my father and my mother grew up in Indiana, and they were farmers. Well, my family was farmers. They were kids on a farm. But that's really cool. My dad now has a garden in his yard, and he makes he has a harvest, and we eat from stuff taken from the garden all the time at his house. So I think that's really, really neat. I think I have a green thumb. I think it's kind of, I look at my yard and I look at my neighbor's yard, and I definitely do a better job. But I had a professor in college. He was my biology professor, but he was in the agriculture department, and he would write up these tests, and they would all be about nitrogen. How do you make your trees greener? Put nitrogen in them. How do you make the soil better? Put nitrogen in it. How do you make your grass green? Put nitrogen on it. So nitrogen has been ingrained in my head from that class on how to make your things grow better. The pH balance of the soil and all that kind of stuff. There's also a lot of beekeeping in my family. My uncle, he used to do all these studies with his bees. And I don't know if you guys know this, but in a hive, when a queen bee is born, it's placed horizontal, and all the rest of the bees are vertical. And if you want to create several different hives out of one hive, you basically take several other larvae and you hang them upside down, or you hang them, and then all of the worker bees, the nursing bees, will come and put royal jelly in all of those, and they all become queens. So that's kind of neat. Brett Newman said, we have 100 or so pecan trees. Wow, 100. That's legit. Is that considered an orchard? What's a nut farm? Is that an orchard, or is it something different? That's really cool. My dad does not grow corn here in Nashville. He grows more of like spinach and asparagus and squash. He grows rhubarb. But my both grandfathers had cornfields up in Indiana, and corn was just about everything. Every field in Indiana's got corn on it. They also grew soybeans. So, yeah. Well, it is 7:50 and my sinuses are tripping. So I think I'm going to cut it a little short tonight. But I'm so grateful, you guys. Again, I'm very, very thankful for each and every one of you that want to take your Tuesday night out, take time from your Tuesday night to talk to me. I think that's great. Yeah, my dad had I think he started out with 2 and then he moved to 4 in his backyard beehives. And then he became diabetic and he couldn't eat the honey. So there's a lot of work for something you can't even enjoy. So he stopped doing that. Actually, I have a funny story about my dad's bees. When a swarm grows too big for its container, it will split off into 2 swarms. One will keep the box, and the other will go find, and they'll all congregate somewhere until the worker bees find another hole for them to build, their hive in. So my dad was riding his riding lawnmower through the yard, and he had kind of a low tree that he usually has to duck down to drive underneath it with his mower, and it was close to sunset, and there was this big cloud, and he almost drove his riding lawnmower and his face right through the swarm of bees, but he didn't end up doing that. He basically, what you do is you put a tarp on the ground, and then you smoke the bees, and it kind of makes them all, smoke kind of makes them loopy, and they kind of all fall down to the ground. And then he wrapped up the tarp and then dumped it in a box, and then when the bees woke up, they were like, oh, we got a new home. And so they built that hive. But yeah, I'm going to sign off with 9 people on here. Awesome. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating Thanksgiving. If you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, I would make the gobble gobble. What you do is you take a piece of French bread, you put fresh roasted turkey on it, Then you put cornbread stuffing, and then a mixture of cranberry sauce and mayonnaise on top of that. It's the best sandwich you'll ever eat. Anton, he was here the whole time. Night, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. And if you're not celebrating happy Thanksgiving, happy. Y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace out.